hell just happened? Hey everybody, this is Melanie from Screen Time with Mel, and if you are new here, thank you so much for checking me out, and if you are returning, well, thank you for coming back, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as you enjoyed the last one. So let's go ahead and talk about Interview with the Vampire, Season 1, Episode 5. Holy crap, so much stuff went down in this episode. Whoa, another fast-paced episode. So we start off with, obviously, they didn't show at the end of the last episode where she was starting to burn herself. They did not show anybody saving her. I guess she just made the choice not to. She was just burning herself, kind of like teenage girls cut themselves whenever they end up in a dark place and need some help and are going through trauma. But they do show her, you know, she stops eating, supposedly. And she doesn't want anything to do with them. Louise getting frantic with worry. Lestat doesn't even care. Just melodrama. She wasn't worth the time. She is a mistake, blah, blah, blah. And then they discover that she's been going out every night and killing. And killing. And killing. And killing and killing and killing. And they finally figure this out. Lestat read some of her diary and told Louis about it, who refused to read it because he felt it was too private. And they started asking her questions about it, knowing that she killed all these people. And they said, well, what did you do with the bodies? Where are the bodies? And she said, don't worry about it. I took them out to the river and weighed them down with rocks. And they said, what's gonna happen when a storm comes in? A hurricane, which happens often in the area. And of course, guess what happens in the next scene? A hurricane, and all of these bodies are discovered. 54. Yes, that's 54. 54 bodies. And of course, they get questioned about it. They get onto Claudia about it, and she decides she's running away from home. This is a totally, it veers totally off from the books. It's okay. I am loving the storytelling in this version, so I'm totally cool with it. It feels more real and more traumatic, which I feel like if you lived forever, you would have some trauma in your life, right? If you're not seeing a psychiatrist, then you aren't dealing with those issues, right? Or psychologist, whichever. You're not dealing with the issues. So she runs away, and of course then Louis and Lestat hole up in the house because they have to lay low. They can't really kill anything except for the people that nobody cares about. So, and they can't use their incinerator because they've been questioned or being watched closely. So they hole up in the house. Louis, of course, is still enjoying his diet of vermin, and it helps that their house is coming into disrepair because the vermin are coming in, and he doesn't have to go out for his meal. Of course, Louis does go out with the seedier parts of town, and just walks around with those that he feels he deserves to be with. I think doesn't say that, but I feel like that's where his mind goes. And he calls out night after night to Claudia, saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you know, and trying to get her to come back home. Well, then we meet up with Claudia, and she is at a university, and she is coming out, and there, of course, is good old prep boy saying, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. And she said, my mother cleans, and I read books. And he says, oh, well, now you're a thief, seeing that she had some books from the library in her bag. And up rolls this guy on a motorcycle and comes to her aid. Come to find out he is also a vampire. So he comes to her aid, and they go feel like they met kindred spirits, and they go and they start chatting around this campfire. During all of this, you're getting some of the back and forth of the interview with the reporter and Louis. And Louis expressly says that he is not going to exploit her. because he knows that this is going to become a publication. And at this point, one of the, I guess, blood banks, one of the people that live in the house with Louis that offer him blood, is there, and he states that he makes it clear that when this book goes public, the other vampires will come and kill Louis for making this public, which that was in the book. That was something that was definitely in the book and was a concern. In any case, they have this back and forth, and then the reporter gets to a part of the journals or the diary where pages are ripped out. And he said, "What are in these pages?" And he says, "Once again, I am not going to exploit my daughter or exploit Claudia." I don't know if he ever refers to her as a daughter. I think he indicates it, but doesn't like explicitly say it. And he goes, I'm sure that you can guess what happened. And I am glad, because she is so young, that they don't have this scene with her, because it would be a brutal scene, I'm sure. The assumption is that she was hurt in a very specific way that happens to women. I guess all people have this happen to them, but it's very common with women, especially in that day and age. And I can't say the words, I'm sorry. It's just something that it just YouTube does not like. So you can understand what may have happened. So she suffers through this. I assume that she killed the guy who attacked her, and it never really states what happened with him. So she starts going out on her own. She's still visiting university after university, and come to find out towards the end, you find out she's looking for information. Meanwhile, Lestat and Louis are still in this home of disrepair, and Claudia finally comes back. She finally comes back, and she says, I want you to, she shows all these books to Lestat, and she goes, I found these about, these possible vampires, and these, and I'm going to go here. I want to leave for here as soon as possible to possibly find them. And because of that, she asked Louis to come with her. So basically, Lestat says, so you just came back to leave for good? And she goes, no, I came back for Louis. And Lestat loses it. Tries to kill her. Louis goes after him, and then he goes after Louis. And they have this fight going through walls and just tearing each other apart. He grabs him under the chin like this and is dragging him out into the courtyard. And this is after he's already pretty bloody. Goes up into the air with him. And Louis says, let me go. Because Lestat's like, I've given everything for you. I've given you everything. And why can you not love me the way that I love you? Of course, everybody knows Lestat's love is a little bit of a narcissistic love. So it's hard to love the same way. But anyway, while they're way up in the air, Louis drops him. He falls through the house, the roofs of the house, and he lands into the courtyard. And you end with Claudia just burning hate in her eyes for Lestat. And it looks like a broken Louis just laying on the floor. I am sure he's going to recover from it. Obviously he does. He wouldn't be giving an interview if he does. That is how this show ends. It's really, really picking up and just being, it's really gripping right now. I love the choices that they made as far as the changes. I know that not everybody's going to agree with that, but I like it makes Claudia a little bit more, I want to say less child victim and more just traumatic, I think is a better way. And you can get on her side a little bit better. So I love that they're doing that. I love that dynamic. I feel that it makes her the character more dynamic, actually. And then, of course, this big fight was when we read about the fight, and of course in the movie, it's Claudia and Louis against Lestat, and Lestat loses. That big fight may be coming up, I don't know, but for now, it's not. And for now, it looks like, Louis is the huge loser, and we'll see where it goes from there. There's a couple more episodes, And I can't wait to see what happens. So, alright, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to go down below and hit that thumbs up button. And if you like all things TV and some movies, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you're reminded each time I come out with a brand new video. You guys, you know what? If there's anything that I missed, make sure you comment it down below. I'd love to have the conversation going. And if there's anything that you're interested in having me watch, then let me know down below. If I can, I'll fit it in. But again, thank you all so much for watching me here today. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.